Mind juice. Today, our host will be David Bone, and co-hosts will be Nick Von Dolan, Vlad Sema, and Benjamin Goes. Today, we'll be discussing motivation versus inspiration. So, I wanna kick off today by asking you all what you think the differences are between motivation and inspiration.
Spelling.
Spelling, yeah, and who can spell it?
Me.
Nick can.
No, I can't. I haven't passed the third grade yet.
What?
What are you trying to say about me, Nick?
What?
I don't know where Ben's going.
Nick, I told you not to listen to me.
I'm not. That's what's causing this problem.
Okay.
All right, listen.
Dave,
I want to know what the difference is between motivation and inspiration. Who's gonna tell me?
Vlad is.
Vlad,
I
let's
mean,
hear it.
I'm no expert, but
Vlad, you are quite literally our resident expert.
Right. For the audience, Vlad is our expert on pretty much everything, but especially this topic.
no. Okay, I'll just go. Let me see. Motivation is it's okay.
Okay.
I like that definition.
Let's
You want
head
me to
over
say
to our
again?
other expert, Benjamin.
Let's start with inspiration. Inspiration. I don't even know. But why doesn't Ben go first?
Because you're the expert.
Okay, I'll go. I got this.
All right, please do.
So, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. And inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative.
Ben, I wish that you would have said something a little more original. But that is going to have to do. All right, so Nick, what does it mean to be motivated?
Well, to be motivated means that you are part of the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors.
Uh-huh. That's very good. All right. Well, what do you think?
Dave, aren't you glad you kicked Katie out?
Yeah, I am so glad that I kicked Katie out. No, I'm not.
Guys, I
She
still
should be
don't
here.
know
She might
the
actually
difference.
contribute.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't think I know the difference either. All right, so guys, this is my take on it. When you're motivated to do something, you have some sort of motive that pushes you to do something that you normally wouldn't want to do. You have some reason to do that. But when you're inspired, you've seen something that makes you want to do it yourself. So it's almost like motivation, but like
Oh,
on
I got
an
it.
internal level.
I have it. Motivation pushes you to do something. Inspiration pulls you to do it.
That is fantastic, Vlad. I love that.
Thank you.
That's why he's our expert.
It just took a little while.
You see the difference though. A push is like, your motivation. Oh shit. But okay, so a push is like. Can you guys stop writing? Okay. Okay. It's like when you get pushed, you go forward, and you're moving closer to what you wanted to get done. But if you're inspired, it's like what?
Okay.
If you're
Keep going.
If you're inspired, it's like nothing's making you do it. It's because you want to do it.
Yourself, right. So what do you think is more powerful then? Motivation or inspiration?
Inspiration.
And why is that, Nick?
Well, when I am motivated to do something, it's because I have incentive to do something, which is powerful because you get things done. But when you're inspired, you're pushing yourself, and that's, you know, that puts you in the driver's seat to get things done.
Right. I like that. Now, I think that, you know, motivation may be less. How do I try to say? I think that they can both be powerful in their own ways, right?
Dave,
Like
let's move on to the
motivation.
next question.
What's that, Ben?
This is taking way too long, kid.
I like it. It's fine. Keep going.
I'm so bored.
Look, motivation can accomplish
Don't
the
get
same
rude.
task as inspiration can, right?
Yeah.
But it's by a different method. And all right, you know what? Let's just move on.
Very well. I see the difference
Wait.
now. So
Defer to the chief.
yes, we may
Chief?
move on.
All right, thanks, Chief. Chief, let me ask you this: what's
Yes.
one area in your life that needs some extra motivation at this moment?
Dave, you're going out of order.
I am not.
Excuse me. Are you the host, Benjamin Goes?
That's not even one of the questions. Oh, no, it is. Okay, I found it. Okay, keep going. Who got asked what?
Me.
I asked the Chief.
Sorry.
So one area where I need some motivation, probably my schoolwork, because I never want to do it ever.
You almost slipped up there, kid.
Yeah, I never want to do it.
So you have no reason to want to do that schoolwork, right?
or here, go to class. I think I skipped Monday, Tuesday, and my Thursday classes this week.
And why did you do that? Did you have some other motive that made you choose to do something else?
Yeah.
Kid stays
Sleep.
up till 4 a.m.
How do you know? Chill.
Because I watch you.
Some of it's sleep and some of it's I have better use of that time. Granted, Tuesdays and Thursdays I only have one class, so it's just an hour and 20 minutes of school. But the class isn't that well. It's not that good, so I just decide to skip it. Say attendance was required, then I would be motivated to go to get my attendance grades, but it's not.
Don't you feel that your education should be enough motivation for you want to go and learn about the topic?
Well, I told you it's not good learning, so I don't want to waste my time doing it.
Oh, I see. Okay. What is the class?
It's graph theory.
Graph theory. That sounds.
It's
really
based.
boring.
The class revolves around the textbook, so I just read the textbook, and then that means I don't have to go to class.
So, Nick, tell me, do you have anything in your life that needs some extra motivation?
Well, doctor, I need more motivation to, I mean, because it's what my life is so involved in right now. It's not like going to class and things like that, but it's studying, right? Because I'm still used to just, not taking my own time outside of class to ensure that I know certain things, and still doing well. But I'm finding that, I'm starting to have to take time to study and learn things. But I can't find the incentive aside from doing
Right.
study. But I never see, like, I studied for an exam and I still did so poorly on it. So it's that makes me take that motivation back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an after effect where you're like, oh shit, maybe I should have been motivated.
Right. Exactly.
Take that feeling and use it for your next time you need to study and realize, oh, well, I have a test tomorrow. I should probably put in the hours now. That way I don't regret it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't the expert be giving the advice, Dave?
That's true. Vlad, what would you tell Nick?
Vlad, could you please repeat what Dave just said?
You said right. What would you tell Nick?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, next question.
Ben-
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. Well,
it's
let's
Ben-
move on.
It's Ben's
Let me
turn.
ask you this. No, let me ask you this, Ben. I'll ask you a
I
different
don't
question.
answer the question
Why?
because I don't
Ben,
like
I
to
do want to know. I want to know. I want to know. What are things that inspire you, and do you have any stories?
Besides the free market economy.
Well, elaborate.
Okay. So I can do this because it's actually one of the blog posts that I posted, but none of you read it because you're all too busy tripping, right? So so libertarians, right? They're always like, let the free market handle it, right?
Right. Yes.
Nick, constantly reaffirm me, okay?
Sure.
When I'm drunk, I look to Nick. So, anyway, so there's a government solution, right? More taxes, more money, bombings, and then there's the libertarian solution, which is just like let the free market handle it. And everyone's like, you SOBs always thinking that everything's going to magically turn out right because the free market is going to handle it. The free market doesn't know shit. Its solution, how do you know that its solution is better than the government solution, right? The thing is, it's not one solution. It's not the free market. So we're not advocating for a policy. We're advocating for the freedom for everybody to work on this problem, right? So the government has its idea, and when libertarians say, let the free market handle it, we're saying, how about we don't try that idea, we try every other idea that there is. Because when we say, let the free market handle it, so you know, children's test scores are down in high school, right? Government solution says, all right, let's spend more money in the classrooms to get the scores up. And the libertarian says, let the free market handle it. And what that means is let everybody try something different to help the kids.
Yeah.
And then whatever works, that's what we'll go with. You know, so we're not saying let's go with this solution. We're saying let's try everything before
Let's
we
find
just
a
let the
solution.
government pick one path. And so, but like that's the natural order of things. You know, like there is a free society and a free market, and then the government imposes itself on us. But like that's the natural order that the society developed with that system in place, that system that finds solutions to problems, that brings all of society together to find solutions to problems. And so, you know, and I obviously probably did a horrible job of expressing that, but you know, every once in a while you'll see some, you know, in your reading or in your, you know, even if it's just like a random quote or something, and you'll catch a glimpse of just how amazing this social system is that we have, and it just blows you away.
So that inspires you to further investigate the free market. Or
It inspires me to get up in the morning, Dave.
your faith in humanity is just
Right, because you get up and you hear about Hillary Clinton and you hear about Donald Trump, and they're both horrible. And if you know, I see it every day. I see it all over the place. I see it, you know, everywhere. It's a big problem, biggest problem, horrendous problem on Facebook, on Twitter, on any type of social media, or in real life. It's just all these people complaining and bitching and moaning and saying we're doomed because we either have Hillary Clinton or we have Donald Trump. But we have the market too. You know, the world doesn't end when Hillary Clinton. I mean, unless you live in the Middle East, but you know, the world doesn't end when Hillary Clinton becomes president because the market's going to continue to make progress. just a little bit slower. And so always seeing that other side of humanity, that side that cooperates peacefully with each other versus, the politics in the news and stuff. One of my goals in life is to love people more, and seeing that redeeming side that every single person has, where they peacefully cooperate with their fellow man. It inspires me to do that, and to serve more, and to keep going, because not all hope is lost. We still have hope because we're all still here trying to make our lives better.
Oh, very nice, Ben. So Vlad, back to you. Let me ask, where does motivation come from? And on that note, where does passion come from? Where does your passion for something to happen?
Passion comes from love, like how much you like something. And motivation comes from either within yourself or from help, from outside help. So like I get my motivation from the chance of doing something good for myself, or I get a lot of my motivation from Instagram, just like motivational posts that are like, hey, tomorrow will be better if you want today, or something like that. So just reading that makes me want
I
to.
did one of those the other day.
What?
I made fun of it.
What happened?
Nick posted one of those the other day, and I made fun of it.
Yeah, so stuff like that I enjoy. But like passion, I think you have to like something, and if you like something enough, you're passionate about it. But so when you do something you don't like, then you'd rather not do it, and you'd rather be focusing on the thing you're passionate about, which is where you find yourself lacking motivation to do what you have to do and not what you want to do.
Right. Yeah, I find that in school many times. It's just that I'm being forced to do things where I really don't care about them, and I'm just not passionate about the subject, so I don't have the motivation to work towards that. But where when it comes to projects that I'm very passionate about, in the 3D printing lab, I'll spend hours of my free time working towards that goal, because it's something that I think will help me.
But Dave, won't school help you?
It can, yes, but it just doesn't feel as direct. I don't get the satisfaction as quickly as when I work towards something that I can see.
Okay.
Dave, ask Nick the next question.
Nick, let me ask you, do you consider yourself more motivated than the people around you?
Nick, I did that so that I could have the camera on your pretty face.
Oh, thanks. Let's see. It depends. I don't have a big head, so I don't feel like I'm more motivated than everyone around me, but certainly more motivated than a number of people around me. And most of that comes from the idea that I think about the things that I've done, the things I plan to do, and my action steps to get there, or my action plan to get to, a certain goal. And that alone is motivating, and it pushes me to do something. So I take that idea that I have something that I'm shooting for, and I'm able to look at other people around me and see that, at least up front, they don't appear as if, some people may not appear as if they have anything going on, and they're just sort of going through the motions, especially at school, to just kind of get the degree at the end of it all. So, oh my God, more people. It's great. Glad you're pouting now too. But yeah, take my involvement in CAB for instance. It's a very easy thing to do, but I was the only freshman to do it, which means that I had a goal, something to shoot for, and I applied myself above everyone else in my grade. And
Do you want to
that
just
made
tell
me
the audience
proud.
what CAB is?
Okay, CAB is my school's campus activities board. So essentially, we bring all of we bring live performances and what have you to campus, just to keep people, to make this feel more like home and not just make it feel like a school where you sleep at the end of the day.
How many homes have concerts, Nick?
Pretty much every college in America.
Well, then it's not making it feel like home, is it?
What?
Vlad, you should have your own show with these people.
You would need the motivation.
All right, Ben, let me ask you.
Next week, we should all just not show up and have one of our friends sub in for us.
Wait, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just like a random person that we find, and we're like, hey, you want to do my podcast tonight? They all get on. None of them know what they're doing. Like,
Wait, I just wanna go back to Nick's answer. Nick, you like CAB or whatever, so you're motivated to do it. That doesn't mean someone's less motivated around you just because they're not doing that.
yeah, asshole.
That's actually exactly what that means. Because even if they don't have to be doing what I'm doing to be more motivated than me, but I am doing more than they're doing, which
Maybe they're just more motivated in the things they're doing.
Well, yeah, this is a tricky question because we really don't know what's going on inside the people around us in their heads.
Right, exactly. And that's why I tried
accomplishing.
Right, that's why I tried to say that up front, that people don't have, just because you don't appear to have something, a goal or what have you, doesn't mean you don't have one. But how am I supposed to ask everyone what their goals are and compare myself to them? So I'm going off of what I can see outside of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a hard question to ask.
Because for me, I was really motivated to be good at League, and I would just sit in my room and play it for X amount of hours a day, while other people would be doing
where
more.
X equals 14.
Almost 14. Where other people would be doing more recognizable stuff that the society accepts more and appreciates more, but that doesn't mean I'm any less motivated than somebody else.
Very true.
Yeah, I just want to get that out there.
All right,
I'm
Ben,
completely unmotivated.
Ben, I want to ask you, well, on that note, I want to ask you, Ben, what drains motivation? And how is it possible to overcome these draining forces?
I don't know. If I knew, I would be motivated by something. But I'm motivated by nothing. I have no motivation.
Ben, all right, come on. You must be a robot if you have no feelings. You have no fears, no motivation.
I have.
You must have some.
Hey.
He just has love. He has love, guys.
I have feelings, okay, Dave? And you just hurt them. You just hurt them, Dave.
All right, Ben, tell me, why are you in law school?
Because my father wanted me to go to law school.
No, Ben, just because your father wanted you to do something, you must have some other reason.
You guys were still in school. What else was I going to do?
Ben, you're telling me there was no motive.
It was free.
That's a good motive. That is a motive.
No.
All right, even your father wanting you to go to law school is a motive.
Okay, hold on. Let's hold on 1 minute. Motives are not the same thing as motivation. Okay? You can have a reason to do something and not be motivated to do it in the way that we're talking about, right? I mean, I haven't been listening this whole episode, but I think that there's a difference between having a motive and being motivated.
Ben,
right?
Ben, You're not the expert here, so
They're,
Okay.
yeah, bring in
Vlad, where am I wrong? Actually,
well,
you don't have to answer that because I'm probably not going to listen to you. But
rip. Ben, what are you doing that you're not listening to people?
what?
What's making you not pay attention?
I'm only looking at Nick for constant reaffirm. Whatever I asked him for.
What are
What
you
was your question
doing?
again?
What are
Listen, a
you doing
motive,
right now?
Ben, you're
That's an
arguing,
inappropriate-
you're trying to argue that a motive is not a reason to be motivated.
I mean, like it is, but like, I think you're like Vlad was motivated to play League, right?
Right. His
That
driving
was like
force
a
was to get
driving
good at League.
force. Whereas I have like a reason to go. Maybe.
Your driving force is that reason.
Okay. In that case, I'm exactly as motivated as everyone else to do everything that everyone does because everyone has a reason for doing something that they do, right?
Right.
And that's not what we're talking about.
All right, let's switch to inspiration. This one's a little bit trickier to get our heads around. All right. How
Wait,
exactly?
we need trickier. We couldn't even tackle motivation.
Maybe if we introduce
Listen, I
inspiration.
tackled motivation.
All right. So to be inspired, right? That what does that exactly mean? Because to be motivated, that just means that you have a reason to do something. All right, and that's lame. We got over that. All right. To be inspired, but that's different. Okay. So
Oh, I have something good.
all right. What do you got?
So when you see somebody else motivated, that inspires you. So like Ellen DeGeneres is always being generous, always helping people, donating money, making people happy.
Did you just
She's
make a rhyme?
motivated to do that. I rap sometimes, and watching her do what she does best inspires me.
Okay. All right. I like that. So you see somebody who's accomplishing their goals, and you think, wow, that's impressive. You know, I wanna
Someone
do something
else's
like
motivation inspires you.
that. And it helps you realize that some goal is accomplishable if you put your work into it, right?
That's sure.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
who's next? Nick?
Yeah, Nick. I want to ask you, Nick, because Ben didn't give me a good answer.
Okay.
What do you think drains motivation?
Wait, stop. You didn't ask me that.
Did so.
Yes, he did.
And if you did, I didn't answer that. But all right, go Nick.
No.
Okay. What I think drains motivation is the fact that things take effort per se. Sometimes there are multiple factors. There's not one clear-cut answer here, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, something that might drain motivation could be the idea that all of your hard work might end up being for nothing. You know, you might fail at something depending on what your motivation is leading towards. You know, I'm motivated to do well in my classes, but if I work hard and end up failing, then what was all that for? And that can be like, you know, if there's not a guarantee that you'll succeed, yeah, that it's hard. There's work that is involved to go in to succeed. So I think that idea that you can fail is a big motivation drainer for some people. I think also on the opposite end, even if you do succeed, I feel like sometimes motivation can be drained by the idea that you might not feel content at the end of it. You know, I can do really well in a class, and that'll boost my GPA, which is a motivation for me because that directly correlates to how well I do and how much I feel I've learned. But if it's a class I don't care about, I'm not motivated to do well in it because I just simply don't care. And you have to, I mean, when you're inspired by something too, you have this innate desire, right? It's all about you want whatever it is, whether it be inspiration or motivation. And I feel like, I mean, it's so much easier for me to talk about in terms of school because, like I said, we're all at school.
Right.
I'm at home.
So if I'm in a course that I don't care about, damn it, Ben. If I'm taking a course that I don't care about, it's really difficult for me to find a reason to care, just because I don't feel like it affects me. And I feel like the same goes for many people.
Yeah, I think that like even being inspired, sometimes you may be inspired for only a moment and then realize that you don't have the energy to accomplish a high goal, so
Right.
so you can lose that motivation very fast after seeing how hard it might actually be, and that's okay too. If you realize that it's not for you, then it's better that you found out sooner than later.
Right.
So you don't even have to overcome most of these, but you shouldn't always give in to them either, because then you'll be doing nothing.
Right. Like
Awesome.
I'm at the library now because I'm motivated to get my work done this week, so I don't stress about it, and that I can feel accomplished.
Good for
All
you,
right.
kid.
Yeah. So we flew through this episode. I'm gonna ask the final question to all of you, and I want some honest
We're
answers.
done
So,
already? That's so
yeah,
sad.
we did.
That's really sad.
Vlad, let me ask you: did this episode inspire you? And are you more motivated now than you were an hour ago?
No.
Yeah. No. Nick.
I mean, am I
You can say.
am I inspired or motivated by it? No, but what I did take out of it is that more insight into why I don't give a shit sometimes.
Yeah.
And what I
okay.
can do to work
That's
with,
fair.
and what I can do to work with that.
Right. Ben, I know you don't ever have these feelings, but
No, I'm definitely more motivated.
oh, good. Okay, I'm glad.
There's a lot of deep reflection going on over here.
Right, it's true. Ben didn't know that he could even be motivated before this episode.
Right.
He found out that everything he does has a motive.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Guys, before we
Yeah,
end,
what?
yeah, Dave. I'm curious what everyone's passions are.
Fruit,
Who would like to start?
Fruit?
farming, landscaping,
No.
ice sculpting,
You're passionate about all of that.
Mudding.
food eating,
Food eating. Nick,
the
I don't know who
success
you
of
are.
our.
Loving people, economics, and I don't know. That might be it. Dave? What am I passionate about?
What you say? Love, economics. You're not too passionate about law. You love helping children at church.
That's love.
All right, fair enough. I'm not. I don't know, Ben. What are you passionate about? You like learning. I know that. You like gaining new knowledge.
All right, we'll go with that.
Ooh. That's good.
Nick's.
Who's next?
I mean, Vlad. What are some of your passions?
Well, last week,
League. This new character on League.
no.
This League player and
I'm
Chelsea.
kind of. Hey.
Well, Vlad, whenever we hang out, you're always talking about some new app idea. So you must have some passion for that, right?
Actually, I'm losing my passion in that because, like we said, it is a lot of work, and sometimes that amount of work demotivates you.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, I've been passionate about making music.
Oh, okay.
So, and not playing piano, not like that, Ben. More like, making EDM music, like dance music and cool music. Just on my laptop, everything on my laptop, yeah.
That's very cool, Len.
So,
Do you have any?
so
Do
this
you have a
past week,
SoundCloud?
no, but I assume I'm gonna make one. I haven't written a song yet. I've just been learning about
Uh-huh.
FL Studio and what equipment I might need, and I've just been researching pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, that's fun.
yeah. So when I go to class or go to work, I'm not motivated to do it, and instead I'm thinking about, a cool beat I could use in a song or something. Okay,
That's
Nick,
cool,
Nick,
bud.
what are you passionate about?
Bettering our future through the use of technology.
And
All
what are you
right.
doing to what are you
Are you
doing
trying to take Dr. Caliero's job?
What?
Trying to take your president's job?
No.
That's a politician's answer.
Then yes.
So, what information or what technologies in general, Nick, would you like to use?
Anything programmable, which is anything. Because I don't know. Because recently I've discovered that everything we code is just a mirror image of the brain. Because what we code comes from us and therefore has to mimic how we think and how. Essentially, when we better ourselves through coding and technology, we are not, we're not, I mean, we are making new technology, but we're also finding a new way to evolve ourselves or to express ourselves, because technology is how we think. It acts purely based off of how we teach it to and how we write it to, and the way we write it is totally dependent on our minds.
Mhm. Well, I think the coolest thing about it is it's problem solving in like abstract methods, where
Right.
like a lot of times in school you're taught one way to solve a problem, but when it comes to coding, you're set off to solve a problem by yourself. You have to use whatever means necessary to solve that problem, and you may have a very simple code, or you may come up with a very complicated code that solves the problem. Either way, it gets the answer.
Right.
So I think that's very cool.
It's one of my favorite parts about it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. That's why I like engineering more than sciences, because it's more of like, how do we make a bridge that can support all this weight, not like, how much weight can this specific thing support,
Mhm.
which is important too. They both have their qualities, but engineering is more based on solution finding.
Right. Rather than research and facts.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think that's a great way to wrap up the episode. You can check us out at our blog, and we will see you next week. Mind juice.
Hold on. I'm in no position to end this.